Welcome to Sweet Talk SLP. I'm Krystle and I'm a pediatric speech language pathologist. Today will be a how-to video. But before we get started, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. Let's get started. Today I'm going to show you how I navigate through Voca-Quest. What's Voca-Quest? Voca-Quest is an online platform for speech language pathologists that has a variety of speech and language activities and games for therapy. Thank you to Voca-Quest for partnering with me today on this video. Before I really get into it, I want to let you know that Voca-Quest is an online platform. It is completely free. You can add up to 30 different students or clients onto the caseload of the platform to use as you so desire. So I've been playing with it for the past couple of months, and I want to show you how I create activities on Voca-Quest, particularly because I am a bilingual speech language pathologist, and so Voca-Quest does not include Spanish materials. However, you can make your own materials using this platform, and I'm going to show you how I do that. Okay, so we're going to get started with creating a client. So first you need to add a client identifier. Now this is just for fun, so I'm not using a real client. And so what I usually do is I put initials or part of initials for my clients. So I made the identifier race for this video. We'll say, let's say July, and we'll pick, 2013, that's where it landed. And so you'll confirm the birth month and year, a skin tone, a game avatar, if you want it to be errorless learning, I'm going to put on for this case. You get to pick a theme, sunshine, simple, vanilla, or the Voca-Quest. I'll pick simple for this. And so it auto-populates a username. In this case, it's race3771, and a password and a web address. And this is used for their dashboard in case you do give homework or a home program that you want the client to go into. So let's create that client. Client profile successfully created. So let's proceed. So I'm going to start with K because I feel like K is something that I work on a lot. And I'm going to put K in initial, and I'll leave the accuracy target at 80%. I don't always use 80%, but we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll go ahead and save it. So there you go. We have goals and report. Ooh, we made race 9.5 years. Cool. That works out. You can choose activities, and so you can look for an activity here. You went ahead and put K. And you can see here the list of different activities. It has coloring with minimal pairs, and so there's a listening task and a speaking task, and so you can pick the one that you feel works best for you. And so there's a ton of different activities that you can pick. So I went back to the home screen because I'm going to use Studio to create an activity. So I'm going to label it K, initial position of words, in Spanish. K, initial single words. I'm going to add that. The therapy approach for this case, I'm going to put flashcard, and then I'm going to choose all 4 games. I'm going to change it to English or United States English. So practice flashcards for K, initial position of words in Spanish. And let's customize content. So let's add an image. You can upload an image, you can take a photo, or you can use their library. For this, I'm going to use their library, and I'm going to look for a word containing K in the initial position of words, such as carro or car. I'm going to use the symbols instead of their photos because I like these a little bit better. So I'm going to pick a picture of a car. I'm going to label the word carro, car. If you want to do it bilingual, you can go ahead and do that here. I'll go ahead and do that for this card. And then you can record the word for them to hear. Carro, car. Carro, car. I'm going to turn off the volume here so you don't actively hear things as we go on. I'm going to save it and I'm going to add a new item. Casa, house. Color, color. Koala, koala. Okay, so I went ahead and added 4 words just for now. We have carro, car, casa, house, color, color, and koala, koala. Let's look at our preview mode. Carro, car. That was the recording. That wasn't me now. So we'll go ahead and say, good job. You can hear the little ding there. Move on to our next one. Casa, house. Now, of course, you can record just the Spanish one or just the English one, or you don't have to record at all. Great job. Color, color. Ooh, that was okay. Let's see what sound that makes. There you go. And we'll move on to koala, koala. Ooh, we need some work on that one. There you go. So there you go. I have 4 saved activities. K, initial position of words in Spanish with flashcards. I have coloring activities, snakes and ladders, and the spinner. So went ahead and saved those. I went back to our friend race. I'm gonna browse activities, going to custom activities and custom content, and there you go. I'm going to pick these activities and I'm going to add them to his therapy plan because that's what he'll be working on. I made Race a boy because the name is Race. Now let's go ahead and pick one to see how it turned out. So let's work on the snakes and ladders activity. A great feature to this is that you can print out some of these activities. Here, when I click on print, it tells you what's included. It tells you what it is, how to play, how to score. So I only chose 4 cards, but there they are, and they're labeled in English and Spanish because that's how I wanted them for this activity. It does have a dice that you can put together. Of course, you can tell the families if they have their own dice, they can go ahead and use that. And the board isn't popping up right now, but we'll show you what it looks like. And it has a scoring page. We'll show you what it looks like in just a moment. There you go. I opened it again so we can see. So that's what you have there. You see the snakes and the ladders and all of the numbers so that you can play the game if you're sending it home for homework. So for now, let's click on Start Now so we can see what it looks like on our game. And here you go. We created K, initial position of words in Spanish, with a game of snakes and ladders. And there we go. We get to roll the dice. This is probably one of my favorite activities that Voca-Quest has. Ooh, we get to move 6 spaces. But first, we have to say the word. So our word is casa. Do we need to hear it? Sure, let's hear it first. Casa, house. Very loud. Great job, Krystle. Or great job, Race. Now let's continue on. So our icon can move over 6 spaces. And look at that. We get to climb the ladder. Let's try one more turn. Get to roll our dice. I should have turned on the sound earlier. Say the word on the flashcard. Color. 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 Way to go. Ooh, we did it a second time. We can do better. And there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and exit the activity. You can use exit to abandon the activity and resume it later, or we can use finish, which is what I'm going to post for here. So we had 75% accuracy. We had one correct and one partially correct. It's gonna give you some of the information here. And there you go. And now you can see the activity report for race, what we've done, what we've completed, the accuracy. And of course you can add more words, more stimuli. You don't have to do speech sounds. You can work on language goals. It doesn't have to be for a Spanish speaker. It could be for one of your, English speakers, but you want certain words or certain, prepositions or certain possessives or whatever it is that you're working on. Maybe one of the set stimulus cards is not something that you want. Hey, no big deal. You go ahead and make your own, which is what I've done here. And I've been thoroughly enjoying this so far. I'm going to link Voca-Quest down below. They do recommend you use Chrome as a browser, or I feel like I remember seeing that previously. So I do use Chrome on my MacBook when I am using it, or on my iPad when I have it on over there that I'm using it in a session. But it has been a really great resource to use in my speech therapy sessions. I love the homeworks that I can print out or use in therapy. Maybe I don't have Wi-Fi and I can't use it actively, but you know what? I can print out that snakes and ladders and play it with the child using the cards that I've created. Or I can use my own cards with that snakes and ladders, picture, or using the spinner and whatnot. So lots of variety, and it's free, and I recommend it. I'd love to know if you have Voca-Quest, or if you have any questions. Please write them down below and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, I hope that you'll consider subscribing. Like this video, share it with your friends, ring that notification bell. You'll be notified of my weekly uploads. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.